Hello champions, this is MANISH SIR before you. Once again I have come with a new session of Daily Vocab Dose 5th. Today we are going to discuss a very new words as well as there is a new approach to discuss these words. Guys, I'm just telling you, some of my students requested me, sir, can we do some of the sessions in English only? By that way we can improve our English very well. So I have told them that most of the students belong to Hindi medium, but it doesn't matter. I will provide you the English session also. So I'm just giving you the session, today's session very special. Why? Because it is only in English. There is no Hindi in this session. So let's begin this session and just try to learn all the words. Hindi medium students also try to learn from these words in English, because if you will face the danger, so you will face, if you will face the problem, definitely you can succeed in this problem. First word, that is called perpetuation. So what do you mean by perpetuation? An act of committing a crime, that is called perpetuation. So what do you mean by that? If you have done anything and that will be included in the crime, that is called perpetuation. In the present time, the coronavirus have been spread all over the world. By that way, we can say that China has the perpetuation towards the whole world. Have you got it? Next word is render. So what do you mean by render? Render means to give something, to provide such facilities, to provide such services to everybody, that is called render. I'm just rendering my services, I'm just rendering my knowledge to all of you, that is called render. Next word, illicit. Illicit means to just fetch something from in our mind. Okay? To work out anything by lightening our mind, that is called illicit. What do you mean by illicit? If you are solving mathematics sums and you are just containing answers, that is called illicit. Kya kehlayega? Illicit. Next word is explicit. Explicit means clear cut, vivid views. If you have the perception, clear perception towards anything, that is called explicit. So can you just exemplify that? I'm just telling you, explicit views, explicit persons, those persons who have the crystal clear views towards anything, that is called explicit. What do you mean by explicit? Next word is aspire. It is somewhere about here, it is somewhere just like that wishes. We have the aspirations. Human beings has aspirations. Those wishes which are just related to our necessity, that is called aspirations. So aspire means I want to become an IAS. So that's my aspiration. So aspiration means we have the desire to do anything as per the necessities, that is called aspire. The next word is blandishment. So what do you mean by blandishment? Blandishment means cajoling somebody, adulation somebody. If you have left your self-respect towards the object, towards your object, and you are just begging towards anybody for the sake of your work, that is called blandishment. Blandishment means cajoling somebody, coaxing somebody, that is also called blandishment. Next word is primitive. Primitive has two different meanings. The first one is called ancient and second one is called boor. Firstly, we are just talking about ancient. Primitive can be also used in the sense of ancient, like ancient time, primitive time. Like ancient people, primitive people. Ancient people like primitive people of the stone age, that is also called primitive. Primitive means all the things that has been used before so long, that is called primitive approaches also. And second word is boor. So what do you mean by boor? Boor means those person who don't have any manners and etiquettes, that is called boor. And in the ancient time there were no manners and etiquettes in the people. That's why we say that primitive people are there. Next word is vile. So what do you mean by vile? Vile means also boorish nature. Those persons who are uncivilized, who don't have the civilization, that is called vile. Those persons, vile approaches, vile persons, those persons who don't have any civilization, who don't have any manners and etiquettes towards any work, that is called vile. Next is amnesty. So what do you mean by amnesty? Amnesty means general pardon in front of everyone, that is called amnesty. So can you just exemplify? Okay, I'm telling you. Amnesty means if a leader has announced something wrong, if he has given a wrong statement, so he has to say publicly that I was wrong at that time, I'm just pardoning myself before everyone. So it is called amnesty, general pardon before everyone. Next word is immaculate. So what do you mean by immaculate? Immaculate means to purify something, purify somebody, purifying any action, that is called immaculation. Those person, just take an example. I'm just telling you, though many persons go to Ganga and many holy rivers to take bath. Why? Just to immaculate their sins, just to immaculate themselves. That's why they are going to immaculate in the rivers. Next is bemoan. Bemoan means just I'm just repenting on anything. That is called bemoan. Okay, you can say that lament also, lamentation. To have the lamentation towards any previous action, if you, that is called bemoan. Okay. Next word is churlish. Churlish is the perfect word for uncivilized person who don't have any manners, etiquettes, who don't have any way of living of standard. That is called churlish persons. Okay. You can take the example, Charlie is vagabond. Why? Because Charlie is churlish. Next is coy. What do you mean by coy? Coy means shy persons. The persons who have the shy nature, that is called coy. So you know that some persons go to another places like guest as a guest, but they can't say their wishes that I want to have tea. They always hesitate to say something in front of everyone or before everyone. They are coy. Okay. Next is steer. Steer means any shocked, any news, any statement that makes you restless, that is called steer. Steer means when you cannot sit alone, when you cannot sit idle. Why? Just because of the news, just because of the shock. So it is called steering up. Next word is reluctant. So what do you mean by reluctant? Reluctant means uninteresting. When you don't have any interest in any work, that is called reluctant. Reluctant nature, you can say that. If my father wants me to do anything and I don't have interest in that, so I will be reluctant towards that work. So that is a perfect example of reluctant. Next is hoax. So what do you mean by hoax? Hoax means a decisive approach, a trick that makes you deceive, that is called hoax. In the ancient time, there were no doctors, but a Baba just gives you water and the persons have the willpower that Baba has given the water and we will become the perfect person. That's why it is called hoax. Next is fable. Fable means those tales that give you perfect examples as well as morality, that is called fable. Next is futile. So what do you mean by futile? Futile means worthless, that doesn't have any result, that doesn't have any effect, that is called futile. You can say that futile approach, you can say that futile persons, those persons who are not able to produce results, like those women who cannot give the birth to a child, that is also called futile ladies, that is called futile. Next is mercenary. Mercenary means a person who is fond of, not only fond of, who is crazy about money, that is called mercenary. He is so much avaricious towards money. Next is lighter. Lighter means to waste, the wastage of time. If a person is just wasting his time, if a person is procrastinating anything, it is called lighter. Okay guys, this is the session of 20 words and this is the series, this is the part of a series of DVD, Daily Vocab Dose. Just like the video, share and subscribe for more amazing videos in English. Okay.